Modern Percussion Revolvers. Part 1, The Pistols.
I'm Hovey Smith. I'm probably best known as the author of Backyard Deer Hunting, Converting Deer to Dinner for Pennies a Pound. I also have a radio show, Hovey's Outdoor Adventures, and for several years have been the corresponding editor covering black powder guns for Gun Digest. I shoot and hunt with replica black powder guns of all sorts, including revolvers. Before me here on the table are a group of percussion revolvers of modern design that I actually use and have taken game with. Now, the percussion revolver has had a long and historic history, particularly in the Americas. Colonel Samuel Colt, of Colt revolver fame, was credited with inventing the first really successful percussion revolver. He was certainly a master at marketing, and his guns quickly became accepted as the standard throughout the world, although there were others. There were several makers in England, for example, Lamat in France, which also produced revolvers in calibers that range from about 31 typically up to 5.77. Here in the U.S., it was more or less standard to stick with the calibers of the Colt revolvers. And so these were typically 31 caliber, 36 caliber, and 44 caliber. Of these, the 36s probably were the most popularly produced. During the American Civil War, the Confederacy was desperate for arms of any sort, and in particular for revolving guns. Obviously, since Colt's factories was located in the North, they could not place orders with him. So they tried to make their own, and did. They produced some brass-framed revolvers in several locations in small numbers. This is more or less one of those guns. And the reason I say more or less is that this is a modern gun made by CVA, probably the most commonly sold percussion replica revolver in the U.S. But it is really not a replica of anything. The Colt Confederate revolvers were almost invariably 36 caliber. Some did have indeed brass frames. They usually had this pattern of loading lever. However, if somebody comes up to you at a yard sale or a flea market and says, "I got this Confederate revolver that's been in my family for a long, long time, and I'll sell it to you for next to nothing. You know, these things are bringing thousands and thousands of dollars." Well, now that may be very, very true. However, there were almost no Confederate revolvers in 44 caliber. So if you see a gun like this, however worn and battered it may be, and it's in 44 caliber, it is most likely not the genuine article. Also, these Confederate revolvers almost never, if ever, had engraving on the cylinders. So look out for these things. Okay, well, back to the issue at hand. All of these are percussion revolvers, including this one, which looks like the Colt Peacemaker. These are made by North American Arms, this one by CVA. This is the Ruger Old Army, which is undoubtedly the finest percussion revolver ever done by anyone, anytime. And this large one here is now imported by Cabela's. It is made by the Italian firm Pieta. And we're actually going to take this gun out and kill a deer with it later this year. And hopefully have that on video for you to see too. So the idea is to get these guns, to show you how to use them, to get them working, to work up some loads, and show you actually how you can take them out and hunt with them.
North American Arms stainless 22 caliber percussion revolvers are interesting guns, but very weakly powered, less than a 22 short. The CVA will take about 35 grains of triple FG and a round ball load, and this will kill game at point blank ranges. The Ruger has 5 more grains of cylinder capacity and will take 777 loads, so this is one of the guns we'll try to take deer with. Also, the Pieta, with its longer barrel and adjustable sights, is capable, although it doesn't have quite the cylinder capacity or the quality of the Ruger. The 1873 Traditions look-alike has an extraction rod which serves no purpose in this percussion gun. In backyard deer hunting and in my new book, Extreme Muzzleloading, I take you through hunting with handguns and including with muzzleloaders. The next in this series will be prepping your new percussion muzzleloading revolver. So we'll show you how to do that. To find out more about my books, blogs, videos, and radio shows that also featured handgun hunting in Hovey's Outdoor Adventures, go to www.hoveysmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors.